these opening verses in Genesis 3 are so important. Here is the first attack upon the inerrancy of the Word of God. Here we learn much about the diabolical strategy of Satan to overturn the Word. Here is the modus operandi of the devil himself. And let us learn, because we see it being replicated in our very own day. There is a downward spiral in this text, and I want to trace it for you verse by verse. So I want you to note the beginning of this attack. Number one, doubt. Satan begins his war on the Word by subtly sowing seeds of doubt. Where God has put a period, the devil has put a question mark. Beginning in verse 1, now the serpent was more crafty than any beast of the field. This serpent was a real serpent created by God, a snake-like reptile that would be used by Satan himself to be his mouthpiece through whom he would speak and through whom he would project his voice, much like the devil spoke through Peter when Jesus had to say, "Get behind me, Satan." Now the serpent was more crafty. This word crafty means cunning, shrewd, scheming, calculating, sneaky, deceitful. The serpent was more crafty than any beast of the field which the Lord had made. It was the Lord who had made this serpent. It was the Lord who had made Lucifer the son of the morning, until iniquity was found in Lucifer, and he was cast down to this earth to become the chief opponent of God. And this serpent would now become the instrument by which Satan would spread his lie. And he said to the woman, Satan takes the initiative in this attack. This is his ambush. Deceptively, Satan bypassed the man and tempts the weaker vessel, knowing the weakness of the stronger vessel for the weaker vessel. And by directing his attack at the weaker vessel, he will have the most direct trajectory at the stronger vessel. Satan actually spoke through the snake in addressing Eve. So he says, "Indeed." Really? Are you sure? Come now. Has God said? Here's the first question in the Bible. Here is a seemingly innocent question, but it is cleverly designed to establish a beachhead in the mind of Eve. Satan begins with a subtle question that conceals his true intent. What he is saying is it really true that God has said? Can you be sure about this? Could this not be taken a number of different ways? Could it not be a matter of semantics? Do we have to take this literally? Satan's target was Eve's mind. The battle is always for the mind. This is where it begins. The battle is fought first in the mind. Satan is after the thinking of the mind. Here is the initial point of attack. Here is the first crack in the dam. Here is the first link in the chain to feel the stress and will ultimately break.